Hey guys, Josh with Josh Scott Outdoors, and I'm going to show you. I think I've done this video before, but I'm not 100% sure if I've ever posted it. So what we're going to do is I just got in the truck from locking the gate. We are sitting and we are about to go up the hill to my hunting club, and I'm going to show you what this road's like. Let me flip this camera around. Now I'm not sure how much stabilization we're going to get from this camera. It's my phone. I've got it on a mount stuck to my windshield. We're going to go kind of slow. I do have it in four-wheel drive just to keep it from spinning. And this road gets washed out pretty bad anytime we get heavy rains. So we're going to see. I haven't been up since the last couple rains. We're going up to put out a feeder. I don't know if this is even a video that y'all would like to watch, but figured I'd do it, show you guys how we get to my spot. Typically I bring my side-by-side. I'll park my truck and trailer at the bottom of the hill, and this will all be done on the side-by-side. But I got a bunch of wheel bearings out in my side-by-side, so it's down currently. What the plan is today is we are going up to put a metal feeder out. We are in prime bear country. Now the bears are still hibernating as far as I know. I have not had any out on camera yet this spring. But as of today, it is March 2nd, so at any time we can start seeing bears, and they destroy everything. So I'm putting a feeder out to a metal feeder. I bought it on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. This is a feeder like the advertisement showed it, like bolted to somebody's patio for deer. But we're going to see how it holds up to bear. Now, if you guys don't know the legality about baiting and stuff in West Virginia, so legally I can hunt white-tailed deer over bait in West Virginia. I cannot hunt bear or turkeys over bait in West Virginia. So basically what happens is our bear season, no, not our bear season, our bow season comes in the last weekend in September, and it goes out December 31st. And in West Virginia, to bear hunt, it only requires you gotta have your hunting license, obviously. And I'm also talking about residential. I don't know what non-resident. I know the prices are a bit more. But for a West Virginia resident, you have to buy your hunting license, and then you have to pay for a $10 bear stamp. Once you pay for that $10 bear stamp, from the time bow season opens to the time bow season ends, you can bear hunt. So when I'm out with my bow, I'm always looking for either a deer or a bear. And you have a bag limit of 2, but the second one, or one of the 2, have to be in certain counties, and this just happens to be one of the counties. It's because the bears are so thick down here that they allow you to take a second bear. So most of the time, if you see somebody from West Virginia bear hunting on YouTube or Facebook with dogs, a lot of times they're down here. Back to the baiting. So I can on private property, I can bait year round. I can put, like today, I'm going to put a little bit of corn out. I bought some protein pellets, and I've got some soybeans. I'm gonna mix it up and put it in this feeder and see how much they like it. So technically I could bait year round, but if I do that, I can only deer hunt over the bait. So what you have to do is, if it's going to be a spot you plan on bear hunting, 30 days prior to hunting, you have to stop baiting. So technically, I can bait from January 1st all the way to like the last of August. You know, I can't bait any through September because, you know, it depends on what day. It's that last Saturday of September is when our bow season starts. So technically, like the last day of August, you know, I have to stop baiting. Now, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just keep baiting, and I'll just only deer hunt. It depends on what I've had on camera. If it's, you know, if it's a spot where I've got a specific buck or something, I'll just bait and just not bear hunt. There's so many places in southern West Virginia I can bear hunt. It's not going to hurt me if I'm, you know, if I'm not baiting. We are about a quarter of the way up. So basically what happens is we get up here to the top, and then there's a split. The road goes left, the road goes right. My lease goes to the left, so once we get to the split, everything on the left is mine. I need to, well, not I need to, I am going to put another gate up here where my lease starts, because we've been dealing with some trespassers, and I think they're coming across the other leases. They were cut, there's a fence supposedly on the other lease that somebody cut, and they were living, and somebody's got like a little camp up there out of a Connex box or a shipping container, and apparently somebody like broke into it and was living in it. And I caught them on my property last year, and then of course they lied to me, said that they got permission from somebody, and I ran them off. But I want to put a gate up so I can control who's going on my side. We are almost to the top. It'd be really cool to catch a bear running across the road. Like I said, I'm not even 100% sure if they're out yet. Or even you know, some deer. I'd like to see some deer, some turkey. Wouldn't hurt my feelings none to see some turkey up here. They're up here thick. I see them every year. I killed one 2 years ago. It's actually it was the first gobbler that I've ever killed up here. So in West Virginia, we have a spring gobbler hunt where you can hunt for a couple weeks, or I think it's actually about a month in the spring. And then in the fall, you can kill either sex. And 2 years ago, I killed my first gobbler in the fall season. One of my actually deer spots, I'd had some turkeys coming through every day. Like every single day at the same time. And I hadn't even been hunting it. I just had been getting them on camera. So what I did is I come in early one morning, climbed up in the tree, or it's not even a tree stand, it's a quad stand. So it's like it's one of the muddy stands. Maybe the brand is Muddy. Climbed up in it, waited for them, they come through, and I blasted the one closest to me. See my posted sign I had to put up. We had some issues where a thought it was trespassers, but it ended up being a tree cutting company. They supposedly come up here and did some work, but I can't see where they did any work. Supposedly they were doing something on this power line. Maybe that little bit right there they cut. I need to get in here one day with a chainsaw and cut all this stuff along the road. Make it easier so I don't get my truck so scratched up. Trying to go slow here. So if y'all watched my Bigfoot video, my Bigfoot sighting video, the first one, not the most recent one, it was filmed right here. We were over there and it came out of this here to my left. Bigfoot came out of this stuff on the left and walked across. I've got some cameras right there. So this first little spot is a gas well. That's about it's all that's up here now is gas wells. If you got a sharp eye when we get up here, if you look off to the right, you'll see there's a coal seam where there used to be coal, or well, I guess there is coal up here. Oh man, all these autumn olives are green. I see green buds, that means springtime. I'm filming this on March 2nd, 2024. I'm not 100% sure when this video will go up, whether it'll be sometime tonight or tomorrow or next week. But as of filming, it's March 2nd, and we got a lot of green buds on these autumn olive trees. So this is interesting too. Obviously, filming this, I can see the time, and it's only taken me 13 minutes to get to this point. So that gives me a good bit of an idea. I thought it took me longer to get up this hill in my truck. So that's good information to have. The spot that I'm going to is where I killed my big buck last year. If you've watched the video, I made a video titled, tag my biggest buck ever. That is where I'm going. Well, that's where I'm going to attempt to go anyways. As wet as it's been, these mud holes might be a bit treacherous. I've got a couple mud holes that are pretty tough on this old truck. I've just recently redone basically the whole front end under my truck for this kind of purpose. I had some universal joints banging around and wheel bearings banging around and some not tie rods, but some I don't remember what all we replaced, but I also got brand new mud tires on it too. One of my guys has a cell camera right there on the right hand side. This road's pretty rough right through here. Oh. Now, last time I was up here a couple weeks ago, I saw the frogs had already laid eggs. So typically that's what I look for springtime. A couple of these mud holes had frog eggs in them. If you look to the right, that's a coal seam right there. A buddy of mine from that I was in the Marine Corps with is from Rhode Island. He come down here one week and camped. We did some camping out here, and he said, what is the old saying? When in Rome, do what the Romans do. And he climbed up here with a hammer and beat him out a piece of coal because he said he wanted to be like a West Virginia coal miner. These are not the mud holes I was talking about. I got a couple more out here that they get significantly worse. What the problem is they need drained, or I need to put like a load of gravel in them. And one of them, it's really, really hard to get around it because it's either go in the ditch or go over the hill. Neither of which sound appetizing to me. So I got to be careful when I go around it. Now, right here to the right, I'm not going to pull in there right now. I'll show you on the way out. Right there to the right is where my big wooden blind is. And that's where I killed my second biggest buck this year. I stopped right there in the road, basically where our truck was standing. And he was standing there, and I shot him, and he ran over the hill. Here's where the road splits again, and now everything we've been on since we made that first split is mine, but this, I'm the only one that hunts out here. All my other guys are. I think my camera, give me just a second, folks. My phone was about to die. Anyways, all my other guys are out that right fork. That's where they hunt. And I'm the only one that hunts out here. I've got a tree stand right up here on the left next to a power line right away that I've only hunted out of once or twice. And then I've got a blind out here. Probably need to take this tree stand down and take it out here and hunt out of it over the food plot. And then just if my dad's with me or if it's cold and rainy, I could get in the blind. That may be the right idea to do. All right. We're coming up on one of the mud holes. This one's not so bad, it's just it's gotten so deep. It's almost like a pond. Not this first little thing here, but the next one, it's long. Turn my traction control off. So this is the first mud hole that kind of concerns me because it's so deep. Oh, my truck almost buries up in it. So that was not so bad. Although I'm spinning all the way up this little hill. One or two more that I worry about. And last time I was out here, I got out just fine. Going out is not typically the problem. It's when I try to come back out of there that it typically gives me problems, because I'm trying to stay away from sliding down over the hill. You guys will see it here in a minute. If you've stuck around this long, I really do appreciate you. Depending on what social media site you're watching this on, if you like this kind of stuff, do the thing where you hit the subscribe, hit the follow, hit the like, hit the share, and it is very, very much appreciated. So this one's typically not too bad. It's a little bit deep, but with my truck it hasn't been bad. So I can just go through it. It really does need drained. I need to come through with a shovel or see if I can get somebody to bring a backhoe up here. All right, now we're getting in the mud holes that make me nervous. The problem is my truck bottoms out, and then I got to stay away from the mountainside over here. All right, so that wasn't too bad. Like I was telling you guys, coming out's not as bad. Coming when I go to leave is when it seems like it's worse, because the mud hole's shaped differently and I end up bottoming the truck out. I want to say I think there's one more mud hole, but I don't think it really gives me a whole lot of problems. So I think I can pretty much go around it and there's no... yeah, I think it's maybe this one, and it's not too terrible. And I don't think this one's really caused me any problems. It gets me muddy, makes it hard to get up this hill, but I typically don't have problems here. Makes it a little bit hard to get up this hill right here. Sorry for bouncing you around. I kind of got to give it a little bit of... I got to feed a little coal to the old girl to get her to come up that hill. Oh. This one doesn't typically give me very many problems either, if I'm being honest. This one I could typically get through with just fine. Last time I was out here, I did a little bit of trimming on the side of the road, but I didn't do very far. I need to get some more of it. Cut. All right. So you guys, this is what I call my food plot. It's not exactly a food plot yet. I do plan on getting all this grass cut, and I'd like to get it plowed up, turned up a little bit so I can make it a food plot. But we're going to see if we can't put a post in the ground and get this feeder out.